Hi, I'm Dr. Jessica Hawks, and this is Just Ask Children's Answers from the Experts. And there's a couple of key things that I want to highlight here that have been shown to really help promote an overall sense of well-being, both physically and emotionally. The first one is sleep. We all know that youth don't tend to have very regular sleep schedules. They like to stay up late, they like to sleep in, and for the most part that can be okay. But when you're having a hard time with mental health, your sleep tends to get even more disrupted. So try to keep your kids on a regular sleep schedule. Plus or minus an hour, have them getting up at about the same time and going to bed about the same time, 7 days a week. We also want to think about what we're putting into our bodies. What are we eating? And really trying to promote an overall healthy, balanced diet. Kids are going to eat junk food, and that's okay. We just want to make sure that we're also throwing in some fruits and vegetables. Physical activity is a tremendously helpful strategy when it comes to mental health. So try to get your kids up and moving. In fact, there's been studies that have shown that simply getting cardio exercise on a regular basis actually improves certain hormones in our bodies in the same way that antidepressants can. So get yourself up and moving, and it will help your kids feel better. And then finally, we live in a gorgeous state that gets so much sunshine, and there's so many wonderful things to do outside. And there's actually been really clear connections between being outside and improved mental health. So try to support your kids in getting outside and enjoying those activities. Other things parents can do to help promote healthy coping includes encouraging what I call approach-oriented solutions. So if you think about any time a person experiences a negative emotion, it tends to prompt us to want to avoid, to get out of whatever that situation is, because the emotions that come up in that situation don't feel good. And so we tend to want to avoid those kinds of things. Unfortunately, what happens when we do that is we get ourselves into a bit of a vicious cycle, and it can actually create a downward spiral where we just feel worse and worse as we avoid more and more. So instead, we want to encourage our kids to approach difficult emotions, to be able to lean into difficult situations and conversations, because when we do that, more often than not, we realize that we actually are very strong and very resilient, and we have the ability to overcome the difficulties that are happening. And then finally, be a good role model. The number one way kids learn is by watching the important adults in their life. And so we want to show them what it means to engage in healthy coping. Do the same things that we just talked about when it comes to improving overall wellness and approaching difficult situations. When our kids see us doing that, they're going to be more likely to feel like they can do the same.